What's going on, Saints fans? Hope y'all are excited for today's live show. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard, the New Orleans Saints, and us fans got some juicy news after the win we had over the Carolina Panthers and ahead of the game against the New York Jets. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard for my guy Loco Lopez. Thank you so much for tuning into a live edition of Saints Now by Chat Sports. For what it's worth, I want to take a quick second to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the love we got on the watch party yesterday. One of the best watch parties we've had all season. We shattered goals. We shattered our expectations, and we broke the hearts of Carolina Panthers fans everywhere. All six Carolina Panthers fans very, very upset, and it's the best birthday present in the whole wide world. I'm turning 27 today. It means the world that you guys support the content, and it means the world that you guys are rocking and rolling with us here live on Saints Now by Chat Sports. Every Monday, 3 or 4 p.m. Central Time. Still trying to work out the kinks of what time to go. We're going to make sure that we get you guys live content Monday afternoons. That's why you subscribe. That's why you turn on your notifications. And if you haven't already, that's why you drop a like on the video. If you're excited about Saints football once again, give me a who dat in the comment section. Make sure you get this chat absolutely lit up. Mike Nintendo Master says, can we get a who dat for Trace's birthday? Hey. Yeah, it's man who dat for my birthday or for the fact that you're pumped about the Saints win still. I mean, I can tell you right now, I had a very tough time falling asleep last night. One, because the vibes were just through the roof and I was just having a good old time on my birthday. Two, we were heavily served. And three, it just, was so hype after the win. Like, can you blame me? I'm sorry. It just was so much fun. I was having a grand old time. I see Billy. I see Jerry G. I see Adam. I see Jaden. I see Jesse, Mike, everyone in the chat showing some love. For what it's worth, Daniel Lee's Happy Dad delivery, we still got some. We have 2 cases left. We went through one of them yesterday.
Actually, there is one more over there.
We have 2 cases in one of the half and halves that we went through yesterday. $20. I'll take one down just because it's a birthday celebration. Why not? We'll have a little bit of fun. $20, I'll take down a shotgun. Normally it's $50, so having some fun on the birthday. Having fun on the birthday. Jaden, good to see you, man. Thank you for the love. Saints 92780, appreciate you. It's for show. Any way we can maybe make the playoffs? No. The Saints have been statistically and mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. That being said, we get to play spoiler, which is even more fun. Who Dat all night from David. I see Scrappy. I see Danola Chop Podcast. Appreciate you, my friend. Jerry G, thank you. Paul, thank you. Your boy, Clinton, Tev, Sports Rant, Grant. I see y'all in the chat. Chriselle, I appreciate the birthday love that y'all have been sending me. Isaiah, Quando, thank you guys. Danola Chop Podcast. Big Jerry. Hey, love the comeback we had yesterday from Adam Black. Aaron, good to see you. Who Dat, good to see you. Hey, programming reminder, by the way, we're going to be live for this matchup, Saints versus Jets. We were live this past weekend, had a blast. We are going to be live next weekend. It's going to be awesome. And in terms of this matchup, Lopez, if we could just go through those 2 social graphics real quick, just kind of get them informed real fast. This is going to be a fun matchup. Saints have an opportunity to get a 3rd straight win. When was the last time the Saints had a 3-game win streak? I legitimately cannot tell you. Steve Wilkes, he has been relieved of his duties as the defensive coordinator for the New York Jets. Aaron Glenn announced that today. And on top of that, Isaiah Oliver, the cornerback, he suffered a knee injury. He is headed to injured reserve. His season is over. So we got some news around the next matchup we have. And on top of that, we got to talk about this football team. We got to talk about Tyler Shough, because I think that this squad is proving everyone wrong. All of the haters, all of the doubters, all of those frauds who said the New Orleans Saints are going to be a joke. They may not win a game. They're going to be the number 1 overall pick. Where are they at now? Where are y'all at now? All of a sudden, Tyler Shough's playing good football, and they all go crawling right back into their caves. And then the second the Saints lose another game, they're going to be right back out talking, oh, we got way too excited. The Saints haters, there are many. But they're dead silent right now.
No, the Rattler Riders are not happy.
Yeah, the Rattler Riders are not happy about it either. Nor the car freaks. The Derek Carr freaks are definitely not happy about it. But hey,
Carr freaks.
Pays when you have a quarterback who actually cares about the team in the city.
The Hainer Hose, they're all down bad right now.
Oh yeah, we got them all. We got them all upset. The
Decker, Dick Ryder. We can go down the list.
Hey, dude, I'll tell you what, man. I think Kellen Moore is definitely on that Hunter Decker's train, man. He's a big fan of Hunter
We
Deckers.
haven't had him in
The
a while.
flip flop. Well, he's on IR.
Oh.
Or I don't
I forgot about his
I don't know. Yeah. Either way, he's at least around. Anyway, long story short, we're going to be live for this game. Hope to see you guys there. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have any hot takes, anything for the next game, the offseason, this past game, we're going to have an opportunity for you guys to react and get on the show. So use hashtag Saints, or better yet, send in a super chat if you want to skip the line and spend a few extra minutes on your question. If we do get a $20 super chat, I'll take down a Happy Dad just because we have them in the studio, and quite frankly, I want to get my birthday celebration started a little
We're
early.
not sharing with anybody else.
Yeah,
here,
those are our drinks.
So you can't have them.
No one else can have them. I'm seeing guys in the windows looking at me funny.
They're
like,
jealous.
hey, dude, yeah.
They wish they had
Yeah,
Happy
have fun.
Dads.
Have fun with the lemon lime Happy Dads. We're gonna keep our fruit punch ones rolling. Okay, yeah, we're doing just fine.
You're all right.
You think we're gonna drink wild cherry? Are you kidding me?
Did we look like a couple of wild cherry?
Do we look like some schmucks drinking a pineapple Happy Dad? Absolutely not. We drink half and half in fruit punch, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's what we do.
Like God intended us to.
Exactly. Like Daniel Lee intended us.
That too.
Yeah, shout out to Daniel Lee for sending this to the office yesterday. The studio got absolutely rowdy once those made their appearance. I think it went from a really good time to a shit show very quickly. And that's what we do on Saints Now. We like to have a good time, and we like to talk ball. So if you guys have any questions, hot takes, super chat, or use hashtag Saints if you would like to be featured on the show. I want to make something abundantly clear. If you do not use hashtag Saints in your message, you will not get on the show because the software needs you to use hashtag Saints to add in the algorithm so that way it can pull and get it from YouTube to our computer right here. So just for the sake of explaining why we do the hashtag Saints, you got to put it in there for our computer to register it, just for what it's worth.
If you need an example, look at our guys like Denola Chop Podcast.
Yeah.
He did it right.
Pablo did it right. Jerry G always does it right.
If you need an example, look in the chat. We got a couple guys down there that know what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, we got legends in the chat who know what's up. So if you guys want to be featured, ask a question, share a hot take, include hashtag Saints in that message, and we'll get you featured on the show. If you just put hashtag Saints in a message, there's nothing to respond to, so
yeah, like
it just
like
isn't
the
going to
Mike
be on there.
B82. If you just put hashtag Saints and then type a message in later, that's not going to show up.
Yeah, it needs to be
hashtag Saints.
It needs to be in the same message together, just for the sake of it. Want to explain that, make it very, very clear here. All right, let's get into some news. We got important news that impacts the black and gold. We got some updates that'll make New Orleans Saints fans think this is juicy because it may lead to a 3-game win streak. I'm going to look up last time the Saints won 3 games in a row. If Google AI is correct, nope.
Damn.
That said something in 2025. That's not true.
That was fast. Oh, maybe they have the script. Does Google AI have the script? Are we going to win this game on Sunday? Spam Shough, yeah, if you think we're going to win on Sunday.
Yeah, so it said that recently in December of 2025 after beating the Lions in a high-scoring game. So here's the thing. In December of 2025, we have not played the Lions, nor have we won in a high-scoring game. But, you know,
have we scored over 30 yet?
to each their own.
Have we scored over 30?
Have we? No. Not this season.
Nice.
The Saints won 3 games. All right, Google would help, so let's see if Grok will help. I want to see if I can find this information. I should have found this before the stream.
Who's the better AI, Grok or
All right.
Google AI?
The Saints have not won 3 games in a row as of December 15th, 2025. Marks their first winning streak of the season.
I'm going to ChatGPT.
2023 win streak details. Feels like that might be one.
ChatGPT, here I come.
Let's see here.
When was the last time the New Orleans Saints won 3 football
Does anyone
games
know
in a
last time the Saints won 3 games in a row? It's because they didn't win 3 in a row last year. They won 2 a couple times.
ChatGPT is thinking.
So 2023, I don't think they would have won it. Maybe. They won 9 games that year.
2022 season, they won in week 15, 16, and 17.
2022 season.
That's what chat.
That's kind of what I'm in 2023, and I haven't seen. Yeah, 2022.
Yep.
What weeks was that?
15, 16, 17. Basically the same weeks we're in now.
First 3-game win streak since week 14, 15, 16?
15, 16, 17. I could tell you who they beat in a second.
2021 season?
2022.
2022 season.
Let's see if chat GPT's good. They beat the Falcons, the Browns, and the Eagles.
I actually remember that because that's whenever
I believe
that's when isn't that if I'm correct, wasn't that when they went to a super cold game in Cleveland? No, that was in 2024.
Yeah.
Or no, was it? Hold on. No, that was in 2023. I was in 2023. And then Philadelphia. Was this the
that
was
wasn't the year
2020?
the Eagles crumbled, huh?
That was, you said 2022 was the season they did that?
Yeah.
So 2022, yeah, that was the year when they. Yes, because I remember they lost a stupid freaking game to the Panthers, and they wore the black jerseys and white pants, and it looked terrible.
Well, that's why we lost.
Isn't that is that same week? Is that because this was. Because then wasn't that the game against the Falcons when Mike Thomas went crazy at the very end of the game?
It was only a 21-18 score. So, yes, depends on
27-26 for this Falcons game week 1. Yeah, Michael Thomas. Yeah. Hit a couple. Yeah. So I think this was the season when
Sports Rant Grant might be onto something. We needed Green Bay to lose. There was like a bunch of things that needed to happen in week 17 for us to make the playoffs. And
then we
beat
lost.
the Eagles, and then one of the things happened where we didn't end up making the playoffs.
We lost to the Panthers that following week.
I don't know if that was an 18-week season yet.
I'm looking at the schedule, and it said 14 was the bye, 15 went over the Falcons, 16 went over the Browns, 17 went over the Eagles, and then week 18 lost to the Panthers. Because I remember that was when that they like went into Philadelphia and they like Marshawn Lattimore got a pick 6 at the end of the game. You remember that?
I do.
Was that Gardner Minshew started it? If I remember correctly.
I do remember that.
Was that this game? Yeah, Marshawn Lattimore, 12-yard interception run. Yeah, that was this one for sure. Had to be. Yeah, Gardner Minshew started that one. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
wow.
And then Green Bay won, and then we lost the tiebreaker to them, and then we didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah,
we haven't been back since.
And we haven't had anything good since then. So here we go. All right, let's talk about some news that impacts the New Orleans Saints. We kind of gave you a little bit of a teaser there for a minute. We're going to talk about it in full detail right here on Saints Now by Chat Sports. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. Prize picks for this one, Lopez, and we are going to get started. Thank you again for hanging out with me on my birthday. Thank you for enjoying your Victory Monday with us, and I hope without further ado, you enjoy the content. Let me lather the pipes, and let's talk Saints football. All right, let's get after it. Important news that impacts New Orleans Saints. Yep. We recently received some very important news that has a very big impact on the New Orleans Saints. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. You're watching Saints Now by Chat Sports. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. In case you didn't know, the Saints kicked the teeth in of the Carolina Panthers last week. Next week, you're up for your first 3-game win streak since weeks 15, 16, and 17 of the 2022 season. Why is this impactful? Well, because the New Orleans Saints take on the New York Jets on Sunday, and we recently got some news around the New York Jets that has a big impact on the defense. Steve Wilks, the defensive coordinator, former defensive coordinator of the New York Jets, has been relieved of his duties, and Isaiah Oliver, the cornerback for the Jets, he has been placed on injured reserve, meaning his season is over. How does this impact the Saints? Why does it matter the Jets had some things happen? Well, because in Week 16, that is who you're playing. The Jets travel to the Dome in Week 16 for a really fun matchup. I'm excited for this one. The Saints, 4.5-point favorites in this matchup. And I got to tell you that this does impact the black and gold because it can continue to help this team develop that confidence on offense, build that winning culture. And the New York Jets, it's no mystery, they're competing for that first overall pick. A few weeks ago, we talked about this as the Tank Bowl. But guess what? The trajectories for both teams could not be more different. And the New Orleans Saints are skyrocketing while the Jets are plummeting. And here's how both teams match up. So obviously a couple of updates for the Jets defense. So let's compare the statistics to the Saints offense for this matchup. You can see the Jets, they give up a lot of points. The Saints don't score a lot of points. Who's going to break there? The yards per game. The Jets, they give up some. Saints really don't get a lot. Yards per play, you see right there, sort of even-ish. When it comes to third down percentage, the Jets, they are actually pretty effective on third down. Kind of the league average in terms of third down attempts that they've had to face, but they have been really effective on those key downs. But in the red zone, the Saints have been terrible. They have been unable to score, but the Jets, they are not necessarily the best red zone defense in the whole wide world. Now, I will say, since Tyler Shough has taken over and since the Saints offense has started to really re-identify themselves after Spencer Rattler was placed on the bench, you've seen this offense find its groove, and I know that it hasn't been perfect, but they're finding ways to win, and I think that that's a big reason. Or I think a big reason for that, I should say, is because of Tyler Shough. And I want to talk more about Tyler Shough because I believe he has an awesome opportunity coming up here against the Jets. But first things first, got to tell you guys about today's presenting sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. I love Prize Picks. You'll love Prize Picks. So if you want to make money while watching the Saints win some football games, download the Prize Picks app today, and we got a pretty sweet deal for you. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks is awesome, and now you can pick multiple sports in the same lineup. With basketball back, I can put Tyler Shough and Derek Queen in the same lineup and root for both of those guys to take the sports future of New Orleans to the moon. And they got a new feature. You guys got to check it out. The early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you may now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game finishes. If you need an example of how Prize Picks works, for Tulane versus Ole Miss in the college football playoff, 2 picks right here. Both of these hit, your boy cashes in. I just need Arnold Barnes and Caden Lee to find the end zone. If they do, $20 wins like $260. Are you kidding me? You got to cash in and go check out Prize Picks. Download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Shout out to Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Use the link in the comments and description of this video to get started today. Now, Tyler Shough and the New Orleans Saints offense, they have a phenomenal opportunity ahead. I personally believe that this team has a really easy schedule moving forward. You got the Jets, you got the Titans, and you got the Falcons. None of those teams are good football teams. None of them have winning records. None of them are competing for the postseason. So this is just going to be a bunch of games saying who wants it more? Who's trying to build the culture? Who's trying to get the higher draft pick? I think that this is a really good opportunity for the New Orleans Saints offense and Tyler Shough specifically to gain even more confidence, continue to grow the chemistry that he has with his weapons, and work out some of those kinks against a team that, sure, it'll be not a walk in the park, but it's not like the Jets are going to give you a ton of problems. And look, if you can manage and beat the Buccaneers and the Panthers twice with Tyler Shough, why could you not beat the New York Jets? The Saints offense, for what it's worth, they did get beat up, so they are going to be missing some weapons. In terms of injury updates, we'll talk a little bit more in just a few minutes about some of these players, but they did lose Devin Neal, Cesar Ruiz, and Devaughn Vele to injury in the matchup against the Panthers. So in terms of healthy weapons, I know this list isn't the most illustrious, but this is what you got. Tyler Shough, I'm going to go ahead and add him into this group because I don't believe that he is just a quarterback. I see him as a weapon. He's extending plays. He's getting first downs with his legs. He's making plays with his arm. He's able to do anything you ask him to do, and Tyler Shough has been extremely impressive. Audric Estime, going to hone in on him here in a minute. I think he's been a really nice contributor. Chris Olave, Mason Tipton, those guys have been stepping up in a big way in the wide receiver department. Devaughn Vele obviously would be included on this list, but he's dealing with an injury. Got to see how long he's sidelined for. And Juwan Johnson, I mean, can we talk about the emergence of number 83? He has been fantastic. And for Audric Estime, I don't think that he was somebody that was a bad contributor whatsoever. I think that he had some really good moments against the Carolina Panthers. 6 total touches. He had 11 yards on the ground, 39 yards in the air, a couple of really clutch moments, a screen pass that went for 11, 12, 13 yards. I mean, come on. That's what we're looking for. That's what you want to see. And so when it comes to the offense, I think that this is a good opportunity for all 5 guys that I showed on screen just a second ago. You can get them to learn, grow, develop, and see if they're a part of the long-term plans. You can answer some questions with some of these guys and honestly use some of this as a little bit of a dress rehearsal, a little bit of a audition, if you will, and a tryout to say, hey, Audric Estime, can you be a guy who makes the roster next year? Hey, Mason Tipton, are you going to be a high-level contributor outside of special teams? I think the answer to those questions for most of these guys is yes, they can be. But it's how impactful can they be? And so I'm really excited to see what happens with this team against the Jets and over the last few weeks of this season. Now, coming up, we got some injury updates around the New Orleans Saints. Want to give you guys the latest from head coach Kellen Moore on what's going on with some of the key players, especially on the offensive side of the football. But I want to quickly remind you to subscribe to the channel. We will be live for Saints versus Jets on December 21st, 1 hour before kickoff, 11 a.m. Central Time, right here on the show. Hope you guys join. Hope you guys have a good time at our watch parties, because if you haven't tuned in yet, I'm telling you, you're missing out. So give me a shuck yeah in the comment section if you're going to be subscribing and joining us live on game day. Now, the offensive side of the football took some hits. And going into the game, you were without Alvin Kamara and Asim Richards. And then in the game, Devin Neal, Cesar Ruiz, and Vele all suffered some sort of injuries. So with these players, are they severe? Are they coming back anytime soon? What's going to happen? We do have a little bit of context from Catherine Terrell that she shared on social media. I went ahead and watched the full Kellen Moore press conference here on Monday. For what it's worth, he gave the whole team off Victory Monday, said, don't worry about it. We're good. Take the day off. Enjoy it. They earned it. They simply did. So I'm happy that Kellen Moore gave the day off. They did earn it. Kellen Moore did not provide any updates, though, on the injured players. Medical tests are ongoing. They're happening this morning here on Monday, December 15th. We'll see what happens. And, of course, news could change. So if there is something that happens, we'll let you know here on the channel. So make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications, and check out the Shorts tab, because we put a lot of information and a lot of news over there. But for Devaughn Vele specifically, I want to hone in on him. He did leave the game with a sling on his left arm. So that is something to kind of monitor. It was a shoulder injury. We knew that whenever he went off the field, he was kind of upper body. It was something clearly there. But with Devaughn Vele, I mean, his emergence has been absolutely incredible to watch over the last few weeks. And I would say confidently, if he's back and we can get a full season of him ready to roll, like with Tyler Shough, I think the Saints made a good decision with this trade for this player. But I really hope that these injuries are nothing too serious. I'm really praying that we don't see him, Devin Neal, Cesar Ruiz. I hope that we don't see a lot of these guys miss significant time. Alvin Kamara especially, I'd love to see him get back on the field. But when it comes to Devaughn Vele, Devin Neal specifically, those guys are major contributors. Those guys have been a huge reason that this Saints offense has a pulse. Devin Neal has been awesome on the ground, but he also has over 100 yards through the air on 17 catches. Devaughn Vele, 2 touchdowns, 293 yards. He has become a safety blanket and a very, very clutch player for Tyler Shough this season. I'm really impressed with what he's been able to do so far. I know that it took a while to see Devaughn Vele break out, but we are starting to see it. He's becoming a very high-level contributor to this offense, and Devin Neal has been super impressive as a rookie. I really hope that he can get on the field soon. Now, I'm back in on Saints football. I'm excited, man. Call me crazy. I was starting to get bought out. You can even go back and look at some of the videos. I probably seemed so down in the dumps. But I'm back, man. The Saints are back. It feels good. Like, I think as a collective fan base, I can speak for everyone. I think we're all happy with how things are going. I think we all have at least a couple of signs of positivity and a couple of signs of optimism. So if you agree with me, I'm excited about Saints football once again. Give me a Who Dat in the comment section. I appreciate you guys for rocking and rolling with us here on Saints Now by Chat Sports. We had some impactful news around the New York Jets. They fired their defensive coordinator and placed a cornerback on IR. And then we have some updates around injuries for Alvin Kamara, Devin Neal, Cesar Ruiz, Asim Richards, Devaughn, Vele, Justin Reed. We don't know when they're going to be back, but those updates should come later in the week. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. Don't forget to subscribe. Y'all stay golden, and we'll see you next time. Booyah! There's one segment down the chamber.
Clinical right there.
There's one.
That's a performance of a lifetime.
There's one.
Remember to get your hashtag Saints in or send in a super chat for our mailbag. That will take place in our third segment. Also, just another reminder, $20 super chat. Triz said he was going to shotgun one of the Happy Dads.
Yes.
That Daniel Lee sent in so graciously to the studio yesterday during our live stream. Usually shotguns are $50, but, a little birthday deal. We're running them for only $20 today. And it's Monday, guys.
Yeah.
Like, just shotgunning Happy Dads on a Monday.
Hey, that would be a lot of fun if we could run one down. That'd be pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Jaden, that actually is a good hashtag Saints question.
What's the question?
Trace and Lopez, do y'all think the Saints rebuild is going like the Lions rebuild so far?
Ooh,
yes
that's
or
a
no?
great
And
question.
F the Falcons and Falcons fan and Who Dat go Saints.
That's a great question there.
So that will probably make it in the mailbag, mostly because this was something we talked about months ago.
Yeah.
I imagine Jaden saw that video, though. He's a real one. Jaden tuned in. I know he does.
Sorry, y'all. I got an email from my apartment complex, so I have to see what's up there.
Damn, noise complaint.
Something like that. Saying, dude, the dog is just being he's being too cool.
He's
being
just
too much
vibing
of a
too
homie.
hard. He's vibing too hard.
Just vibing out, dude. Vibing out. Fun fact. Tyler Shough and Jaden Daniels are the only rookie quarterbacks in the last 10 seasons to lead game-winning drives in back-to-back games against teams with a winning record. Did you know that? Because now you do. Now you do.
Brian Cutler, I can't answer that question for you, but if you do want a link for some Saints jerseys that are on sale, I don't know. I'm not sure if the away ones are in stock,
Let's
but they
see.
have a bunch
They
of
should
colors.
be in stock.
They have a lot of colors. I know that. I will get that link for you, and I will put it in chat.
Give me 2 seconds. I got you.
Oh.
I got you.
Goated. Hit up our friends at Fanatics. Jerseys are on sale for the holiday season.
Yes, and if you order them soon, then they should be on
They
your
will be
doorstep.
delivered.
I don't know if they will be on your doorstep. Yesterday they were, but today I don't necessarily know if there's that promise. But I know yesterday there was a promise. If you order it yesterday, they would be here.
Let's see what
Some of the jerseys, if you order it today, they will be here before Christmas. So, last chance to take advantage. 45% off on some of those jerseys too, by the way. I mean, that's a
steal.
fucking steal, man.
Dude, they got Devin Neal jerseys now.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
No way. Are you serious?
I'm looking at them.
Are you serious?
I'm scrolling. I'm seeing what they got.
Wait, what? You have Devin Neal jerseys now? Okay.
Justin Reed jerseys.
Dude, that's tough. You can get an Archie Manning jersey. It's electric.
Steve Gleason jerseys on sale too.
Dude, are you kidding me?
Dude, there's one that says #1 dad on it.
You can get golds. You can get the color rush. You get a Steve Gleason. I think he said that. Pete Werner. Anybody want a Pete Werner jersey?
Dude, they might actually have everybody.
There's
Like,
baby onesies. You can get a Chris Olave baby onesie. Oh my God, I should get that for. So my future sister-in-law, I guess you could say. Yeah, future sister-in-law. She's a Saints fan, and they have a baby, and I might have to get that for their baby.
Dude, you have to get the baby a customized Danny Stutzman.
I
onesie.
did get their first baby a Saints like beanie and like onesie thing or whatever. It was super
You
cute.
can't customize the jersey. They're gonna say you get a Danny Stutzman, but they only have Olaves.
Can't get a baby jersey for Danny Stutzman.
Yeah,
What
you
the
can't
heck
get
is
a
that
baby
about?
Stutz.
What is that about?
Babies love
They're
Stutz?
trying to like shadow ban the babies from repping Danny Stutzman. That's crazy.
Dude, imagine.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, Brian, check the link out. I hope they have exactly what you're looking for.
Perfect. He says no rush. It's for me, so all good. There you go.
Well, Vince, now that QB What does it mean? Are we Vinced? Are y'all Vince? What am I missing? Am I dumb?
Which one are you reading?
Jaden. Trace
Lopez. Are y'all convinced now that Tyler Shough, Helen
That
Moore,
makes sense.
both the guy for the future of this team now at quarterback and head coach now? Yes or no? If the answer, all I have to say is yes or no. The answer is yes. Alrighty, second segment coming up here. Saints are proving everybody wrong. Who's ready to talk about it? Who's ready to see the New Orleans Saints prove everyone wrong? Sorry, guys. My phone's blowing up right now. Just birthday, apartment, yada, yada, yada.
All the birthdays.
Sorry, guys.
Is your apartment wishing you a happy birthday?
No, they did not. They actually sent me an email saying that I owe them money, so that's kind of selfish.
How selfish of them.
Yeah,
They could have
rude.
saved it for
Rude.
24 hours?
Rude. Tomorrow they could have sent me that email.
Yeah.
Rude.
What are we doing?
Send it at like 7 o'clock tonight when I'm not going to see it. Rude.
Yeah.
So rude. So rude. And the thing is, my birthday is on like their paperwork. So rude. They could have checked it. They could have checked it.
I guarantee
rude.
it's on their calendar.
Rude. Rude.
I guarantee
Icon
it's
at
on
Ross. Rude. Okay. All right. I'm putting my phone down. We're done here. Actually, I need my timer. Okay. Let's get into it.
Up.
Second segment here. Saints are proving everybody wrong. I'm going to make my case here in just 1 second. Guys, do you remember back in the day, like 3 months ago, when everyone said the Saints are the worst team in football? Do you remember? Because I do. We got receipts. We're coming with receipts. Because we're going to make people eat their words. All right. Let's get after it. Yep. Correct. The New Orleans Saints are proving everybody wrong. I'm coming with receipts today because I want to revisit the conversations that everyone was having around this team when the season started. Everyone said this team may win a game. They're going to have the number 1 overall pick. They're the worst team in football. They're an absolute joke. Well, I got receipts, and we're going to have that conversation. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. You're watching Saints Now by Chat Sports. I'm going to make my case for why the New Orleans Saints are proving everybody wrong. Let's go back in time to the Week 1 power rankings. I went and revisited a bunch of different media conglomerates and outlets and podcasts and blogs and yada, 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 yada. Pretty much across the board. Even here at Chat Sports, where I like to say people know ball, they did not. 32nd, 31st, 32nd, 32nd, 32nd. The win totals, less than 3-4 wins across the board. The New Orleans Saints entering Week 1 were viewed as a disaster. There was not a lot of optimism for this team going into the season. But I'm here to tell you right now, after we've seen what we've seen this year, after we've seen the emergence of Tyler Shough, after we've seen Kellen Moore's rebuild take over, after we've seen the rookies and the young players step up in a big way, I want to say the love for the New Orleans Saints better be as loud as the hate. I got receipts. I got conversations. We're talking all about it because the New Orleans Saints deserve the love that they have not been getting. And maybe it is loser talk to say, well, remember when they said we weren't the worst team, but we're actually like the further 5th or 6th worst team? Like, yeah, it's loser talk for sure. But again, how many times did we see other fan bases and other media members saying we'd win 1 to 2 games? We'd have the first overall pick. We're drafting a quarterback this year no matter what. It's going to be Garrett Nussmeier, Archie Manning, whatever. Every chance they got, people were dunking on the New Orleans Saints and trying to disrespect this franchise. And I got to say, it feels like Kellen Moore is sending a message. This is not one of those teams that you're just going to bowl over and dominate. You're not going to run them over. You're not going to score 60 points or 40 points anymore, and you're going to run away with it. Those days are over for the New Orleans Saints. I'm not saying it won't happen ever again, but you're going to have to earn wins against this football team. This team is resilient. This team has fight. This team believes in what they're doing. And that is the best weapon you can have when you have a collective group. The common belief that you are unstoppable. And at the beginning of the season, the Saints did have playoff hopes. There was conversations of, well, they're not going to do it. They're not going to happen. It's not going to be this. It's not going to be that. And there were aspirations to prove those people wrong. I was one of those people who said, you know what? Why not us? Why can't we go win 7, 8, 9 games, go to the playoffs? Why not? Why can't we win the NFC South? Why not? Well, good news is that Tyler Shough is now 3-1 in the NFC South games. Feels like they're headed in the right direction. Their aspiration was to prove people wrong. But here we are now. New Orleans is 4-10. They are not making the playoffs. They are proving people wrong, though. Despite a losing record and despite porous play on Sundays, the vibes are high and the team is finding their identity. The culture that Kellen Moore has been trying to build, you can tell the foundation is there and it's very strong. And the big theme and the big reason and the calling card and the identity, and if you had to put a logo right here on what this team stands for, it's resilience. Resiliency is a theme of the New Orleans Saints. It is a common theme. It is 100% what Kellen Moore is building this team on. He is rebuilding the New Orleans Saints from the ground up, and he is the architect of this squad and of this organization to not go and win one playoff game one year. This is an attempt, and this is Kellen Moore working to achieve sustained success. They don't want to go win one playoff game in 2 years. They want to win 10 playoff games over the next 5 years. They want to win a Super Bowl over the next handful of years. Is it going to happen next year? No, probably not. But I do believe resiliency is a key factor to this team, and that's why we're seeing them fight so much. That's why we're seeing them claw themselves out of fourth quarter deficits. That's why we're seeing this team start to take over, start to take shape, and the identity and the culture become a reality. Tyler Shough, in my opinion, is a huge part of that. I think there is very clear reasons why Kellen Moore selected Tyler Shough as a football player. But as a human being and as a man, he has been nothing short of impressive. He is somebody who is very much so embodied resiliency. From his time in college to his short time in the NFL, he's contributing in the community. He's playing winning football. He's elevating the roster. He has the intangibles. He has the size, the arm talent. Tyler Shough is a huge part of why the New Orleans Saints culture is as strong as it is. Kellen Moore is the reason that it's here. Tyler Shough is a massive contributor to that. I want to talk more about Tyler Shough and pour more receipts. Warren Sharp, you're up next, buddy. First things first, got to tell you guys about today's presenting sponsor, the Everyday Luxury Bidet Tushy. I love my Tushy, and I know you will too. So click the link down below to get yourself a Tushy bidet for 10% off. Whether you're shopping for one of your homies, your dad, your brother, or someone who lights their farts on fire, the Tushy bidet is the perfect gift that refuses to pick a lane. It's luxurious, practical, and so easy to use. I like to say even a Falcons fan can do it. So for the holiday season, if you're looking for an awesome gift for a roommate or for a loved one or for yourself, quite frankly, you should treat yourself to a Tushy Wave bidet. Enhance your bathroom experience because the Tushy Wave instantly modernizes your daily routine and bathroom with a super sleek seat plus 2 separate front and rear nozzles for the most complete clean. It also features a soft close lid and a seat that's slam proof for a gentle, luxurious finish. It attaches easily to your existing toilet without the need for any additional plumbing. You don't need to be an expert electrician or plumber. You did not need to go to trade school to install your Tushy bidet. I love my Tushy bidet. TMI, I use it every single day, a couple times a day. And if we did some heavy day drinking and I went to Taco Bell, probably 3, 4, 5, 6 times in a day. TMI. But I'm here to tell you right now, I love my Tushy bidet. I got my little brother and my dad one last year for Christmas. They loved it, and I'm going to be getting them the brand new edition and the brand new version of that this year for Christmas. Remember, a-hole is only a naughty word if you wipe. For limited time, listeners of Saints Now by Chat Sports get 10% off their first bidet order when you use code CHAT at checkout. That's 10% off your first bidet order at hellotushy.com with promo code CHAT. Click the links in the live chat, comments, or description of this video to get started today. Shout out to Tushy. Keep that hiney shiny today. Alrighty, I want to talk more about Tyler Shough and how he's been a huge part of the success of the Saints offense. For what it's worth, this post made in May. Warren Sharp, I love what he does for what it's worth. I very much so respect his ball knowledge and the work and the hustle he has. He has some awesome analysis over on his Sharp Football page. Highly, highly recommend you check out some of the stuff. But I'm going to put him on blast here. He took an opportunity to just dog on Tyler Shough. Number 2 worst accuracy versus Power 5 opponents in the quarterback in this class. 42% completion rate when pressured. It's number 2 worst QB class ahead of only Max Brosmer. We're really putting Max Brosmer and Tyler Shough in the same conversation. Okay, whatever. Number 2 worst in the QB class ahead of only Jalen Milroe. Solid performance when kept clean. Well, Lopez, question for you. Has Tyler Shough's best football been when the pocket was clean or when he was under pressure and he had to improvise and make something happen? I want to just hear what you think there.
He's definitely made some plays when under pressure. He likes using his legs. He makes the defense pay when they overpressure him.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say that he only is good when he doesn't get pressured or when he's kept upright or kept clean, because he has been very good when he's been dealing with pressure. He's created time, he's created plays, he's elevated the roster around him, and he's done it with a bad roster around him. So I understand that in college, you had the stats, you had the numbers, whatever. But I think it's absolutely ridiculous that this hit piece was put out on Tyler Shough, because look at this guy now. Among 12 total first and second year quarterbacks with 100 dropbacks or more. Look at the numbers. Remember what Warren Sharp said? All of the bad? Well, Warren, I hope you're ready to update that tweet, because look at this. 3rd in completion percentage, 3rd in yards per attempt, 6th in ADOT, and 8th in passer rating. It's not perfect. I'm not saying it is. But it felt like there was a lot of crap given to Tyler Shough, undeservingly so. The Saints got a guy, and I think they got their guy in Tyler Shough. No question about it, he has been extremely impressive. And if you don't think that Tyler Shough has been a good football player, man, get over your narrative. Get over whatever thing you have in your head, this preconceived notion, this belief, this agenda, whatever you have going on internally, give it up. Because Tyler Shough has been playing really good football. They got not just a guy, but their guy. And why did he fall? Because of some crazy fluke injuries, because he was old. Doesn't seem like that's a problem now, considering we have a 44-year-old quarterback who's about to start his second game. And Tyler Shough, I've said it so many times, this is the thing that I love the most about this player. He elevates the roster. Every player on the offense is better when he's on the field. And I will also give a lot of credit to the defense. He is bringing the best out of the defense, because the offense is going out there and giving the defense a reason to play hard. The defense can give the offense a reason to play hard. You do your job, you do your job. Together we get some wins. And that's what the Saints have been doing. He elevates the roster around him. He wins games. The Saints are not winning in spite of Tyler Shough. They are winning because of Tyler Shough. Don't believe me? Well, he's pretty good company here. A lot of us like to say Jane Daniels is elite. A lot of us were talking about Jane Daniels, the next great rookie or next great dual threat quarterback. A lot of love for Jane Daniels. Not a lot of that love for Tyler Shough. And I know that it's, different when you make it to an NFC championship. I get that. But Tyler Shough and Jane Daniels, only rookie quarterbacks in the last 10 seasons to lead game-winning drives in back-to-back games against teams with a winning record. The Saints are winning because of Tyler Shough. The New Orleans Saints are a better football team because of Tyler Shough. The New Orleans Saints get to run victory laps around the rest of the league if Tyler Shough continues his rapid growth and development. I think the age, the experience, and the resiliency are all a part of the recipe as to why Kellen Moore loved the football player. But I think when you talk about him as a human being and as a man and as an individual, there are so many reasons there to fall in love with him as a leader of a franchise. The New Orleans Saints needed a leader. They needed their guy. This has been missing from this franchise since Drew Brees retired. He had a lot of fun with Jameis Winston. Don't get me wrong. But the New Orleans Saints needed their quarterback, and they got one in Tyler Shough. And at the end of the day, we get to have our last laugh. Everyone mocked this pick. Everyone made fun of it. Everyone was upset about it. The only guy I honestly can say that wasn't annoyed or wasn't like running victory laps around the Saints was Louis Riddick. Like even I was like annoyed about the pick. There were other options out there for quarterback. You could have figured something out with Derek Carr, maybe, probably not. No. Could have drafted Shedeur. Could have drafted Jalen Milroe. Could have drafted insert whatever quarterback here. Could have signed or traded for one. Could have targeted somebody. Everyone laughed at us then. Who's laughing now? Because I know that we're not in the playoffs, but it's pretty fun playing spoiler against some divisional opponents. I hate that we have to wait to watch more, by the way. Like, it actually sucks. Like, I was talking with Lopez. I'm like, man, I want to watch more. Like, I want more Tyler Shough highlights. I'm getting tired of watching the same ones over and over and over again because I'm addicted to them. Like, Tyler Shough highlights are my drug, and I am a junkie, and I need more. I want to see more. I want to get into my time machine and get to next season so I can see this thing really open up. I'm really excited to see more from Tyler Shough, and I think that he has what it takes to be a franchise quarterback. The New Orleans Saints proving everyone wrong because they said that they were going to be a terrible football team. They're turning things around and proving the haters wrong. Everyone said that they may win 1 or 2 games. Everyone said that they're going to be the first overall pick. Everyone said Tyler Shough was going to be a wasted pick. Here we are now. And I think everyone would say Tyler Shough has been the best rookie quarterback this year. Do you think that he can be the franchise QB? Get in the comment section. Share your thoughts. Let me know. And if you're fired up to watch more Saints football, get in the comments and type me as well. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. You're watching Saints Now by Chat Sports. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed today's content. You can also find more on social media. Just search up Trizzy Trace on your favorite platform, X, TikTok, Instagram. I'm over there posting all the time. So hit me up, shoot me a DM. Would love to talk ball with you. Y'all stay golden. We'll see you next time. Boom! One more segment to go. I think that one was like 15 on the dot without the intro or outro video. Without.
Did you do that on purpose?
Maybe. Just kidding. All right, one more segment, one more piece of information to share. We're going to talk about a player who I think has not been getting enough love. And then we're going to answer your questions.
Get those mailbag questions in.
Hashtag Saints, send in a super chat. Super chat. Super chat.
Got a lot of questions from the same people. Jerry G got a shit ton of questions.
Jerry has a bunch of questions.
Dude, this might just be mailbag with Jerry G.
Is this just a Jerry G mailbag? If you guys have questions, hashtag Saints or send in a super chat. We'd love to get you guys in on the show. Mad Drummer. Who can we get to replace Neal while he's hurt? Marcus, if you use hashtag Saints, I'll answer your question. Use hashtag Saints and then ask, how do I like Devin Neal?
Ooh,
I will not answer that question if it doesn't have hashtag Saints.
I see someone with a spicy take. That one's going to be in there. Griselle, congratulations. You're in the mailbag.
Hot take from Griselle. Ooh.
Well, hot take.
Ooh, that's kind of fun. Haven't had one of those in a while.
Revolves around your favorite player ever, Cesar Ruiz.
Oh, lovely. That's fun. You know what I do want to do? Not keep Cesar Ruiz on my team. Jamal Williams is still available in free agency, I think.
The fall off that he had since coming to New Orleans.
I always thought that he would be so good for New Orleans because they needed somebody like it. They needed somebody like him, and it was so bad. I think part of it is how he was used. I also think part of it was just that he was on a bad team.
Yeah.
I also will say I don't think that he was. I think that he is I think that he gets a lot of love and praise for his football play because he did have all those touchdowns. When you really look at it, it's like 2-yard carries, which
Yeah,
fine.
he was
He's
their goal
getting
line guy in
he's
Detroit.
getting touchdowns, which is awesome. I'd love 17 touchdowns. But like, if he didn't have his social media clips, would we be talking about him the same way? Probably not. I also think that's fair to say about Jameis Winston. If you don't get his social media clips, then he's the 30 for 30 quarterback that stole crab legs. Like, he is now beloved by everyone.
I think Jameis Winston was a little bit better than Jamal Williams.
Yeah, no, 100%, because he actually won
Winston,
games.
He can give he
Jameis-
might give you
Jameis-
5,000 yards.
Jameis led this team on a 5-2 record before tearing his ACL.
Yeah.
He had this team rolling before he tore his ACL. That would have been such a fun season to be doing watch parties, but I was
You
still.
will never be forgiven, Devin White. There's a special place in hell for you.
Yeah, bastard. What could have been? What could have been? Alrighty, let's get after it.
Oh, Kevin's in the chat. What's up, Kevin?
Hey, Kev. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Jerry G getting banned from Panthers chats. Keep trolling, Jerry. Keep doing your thing, man. Fighting the good fight. Your mom used to babysit DeMarcus Ware? How? That is so crazy.
That's a fun.
That is
fact.
crazy. That's wild, dude. That's like actually that's insane.
My mom used to babysit DeMarcus Ware.
My mom babysat Rex Burkhead once.
Ooh.
That's kind of cool. Like, he's from my hometown. My parents were friends with his mom. Never really, like, I mean, he won a Super Bowl, so that's kind of cool. Like,
Yeah.
played at Nebraska. Went to
It was one of those exciting quiets.
yeah. He was like he like bounced around a couple times. He was with the Patriots for a little bit there.
I think that was probably his best year. for the
Yeah,
Patriots.
yeah, for sure. One of those guys like Rex Burkhead. If you watch football, you're probably like, oh my god, I know that name. If you're from where I'm from, in Plano, Texas, he's like legitimately a football legend here. So, yeah, there you go. That's kind of my cool claim to fame. My actual claim to fame, though, is my grandfather's childhood best friend. He was out of Douglas, Georgia. He was the producer and started his own record label in Atlanta. And fun fact, he produced the entire album for Leonard Skinner that had Freebird, Simple Man, Tuesday's Gone, Sweet Home Alabama, like basically all their top hits he produced, which is pretty cool. He's won like a handful of Grammys for that, which is sick. He's produced his record label has produced for like Gucci Mane and shit a couple times, like kind of crazy.
What
But
record label is it? Death Row
Rodney,
Records.
hold on, Rodney. There he is. There's Rodney. Rodney Mills Master House Mastering Studio in Atlanta. So Zach Brown Band, Soulja Boy, Doobie Brothers, Bob Dylan, Gucci Mane, Allman Brothers, Sean Costello, Alicia Bridges. Yeah. Some pretty good ones, I'd say.
Hey, pull up that Michael Thomas stat about the last time he played for the Saints.
He did something for Active Valley. That's cool. I love that movie. Wait, did he? Hold on. I think he produced the album that had Kiss Me Through the Phone. That's crazy.
Ooh, Soulja Boy?
Yes, he produced that Soulja Boy album. That's crazy. Produced for Journey. Did a couple for Soulja Boy. Yeah, so that's my my grandfather. God rest his soul. That's his best friend from childhood, which is pretty cool. So there you
Yeah,
go.
so that and picking off Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I picked off Kyler Murray. That's my claim to fame. All right, let's talk about Chase Young's claim to fame because I don't think he's getting enough love. And I don't think he's getting enough credit for what he's been doing.
Before we
one's
do that, get your Michael Thomas stat pulled.
What was the last time he played a game?
Yeah. Congratulations, 208 Athens 4. You will be in a short soon. Your question will be featured in a short.
764 days. Who was
matter,
the
you said next
November
person
23rd? Who was that? Who was the president in November of 2023?
I think that was Biden, 2023.
Yeah, Joe Biden. Yeah, that's a whole president ago, dude.
Nope, doesn't matter.
We got a
We
whole
said
president.
Next time somebody asks about Michael Thomas, we're making a short out of it. So get ready.
Yep.
If you're at home watching this, there will be a rant about Michael Thomas coming up. This will be the last time Michael Thomas talked about on this channel. I'm just saying.
Unfortunately, I don't think it will be.
Well, this is the last time I'm putting a mailbag question about Michael Thomas. So
You were
208
so
Athens,
excited.
Congratulations.
You're so excited for this one.
It's over after this.
It's Jover.
Yeah.
It is Jover
Enjoy
for Michael
it while
Thomas.
you can, fella.
Yeah, this is gonna be the last time I think we have this conversation. Lopez said so. All right, let's get after it. Yep, you're good. You're good. Mad Drummer, I see you in the chat, brother. Hey, if you guys are having a good time, can you type Who Dat in the chat for me? If you guys have enjoyed the live content today, make sure you drop a Who Dat in the comment section. And also, I did put out Overreaction Monday earlier this morning, so I highly encourage you to go check that video out if you haven't already. A lot of good insight in that one, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Spencer, should we bring back Derek Carr? That's a funny one. There's a funny one. Unfortunately, I think that would do so many numbers if we did that. So, yeah, include that one.
Spencer, bring that one next week.
All right, let's get after it. I see Jerry G having a good time. Sean's having a good time. Billy, Jerry, good to see everybody. Why not bring MT back for one game? I'm 100% down because it's not as simple as, hey, Michael Thomas, do you want to play football, catch a couple passes, and then be done again? Like, you got to learn the playbook, and you got to learn the quarterback. Like, also, how old is this guy? He's 32. Oldest in the NFL right now. Oldest wide receiver in the NFL is Adam Thielen right now. 35. D-Hop. DeAndre Hopkins' age, 33. D-Hop, no. All right, let's do this. Yeah. Excuse me. I think that Chase Young has not been getting nearly enough love. He obviously missed the first part of the season due to a calf injury, and it was really frustrating that he wasn't able to get on the field sooner. But since he's returned, this guy has been playing with his hair on fire. So for this video, I want to take a second and I want to give him his flowers. Now, we're also going to get into a mailbag here in this video. At the back half of this video, I'm going to answer questions and respond to hot takes in our weekly live chat on Monday afternoons. So if you weren't able to join us on our live show Monday afternoon, then feel free to hit me up on social media. Just send me a DM, or you can just tag me in a post at Trizzy Trace Girouard. You see the accounts right there. Send me all your Saints questions, and let's have a conversation. Now, I want to give you my take first to start things off with Chase Young. Then we're going to look at numbers. We're going to look at what he's had to say, and then we're just going to kind of have the conversation. So I think that it's fair to say Chase Young has been dominant since he's returned from his injury. And obviously with Chase Young, he is somebody that didn't necessarily have the best but he didn't have the most support from the fan base because last year there was a lot of almost sacks and there was a lot of close opportunities. But when it came down to the nitty gritty, it just wasn't a ton of production. And then he signed this really expensive contract in free agency to return to New Orleans, which I thought was a good decision by the Saints. But I think he's been crushing it. And I think that he deserves to get a lot of love from Saints fans. I mean, Chase Young in 2025, 26 tackles, 6 sacks, 30 pressures this season. I think that he's somebody who's been extremely effective as a pass rusher, but he's also been super impactful in stopping the run. And Chase Young, the thing with him that I really liked is that he has been giving the New Orleans Saints plays when they needed a play to be made. And with Chase Young, I can point to a handful of different times when the Saints needed to get off the field, or the Saints needed a clutch stop, or the Saints needed a big play on defense. And number 99 was a key factor in the Saints defense making a play if he wasn't the one himself making those plays. And I personally would like to get Chase Young a running mate when it comes to this offseason. I would like to draft an edge rusher, draft Arvell Reese, add another defensive dog, Ruben Bain, sign somebody. I don't care. But get Chase Young a running mate. Like, the Saints defensive line doesn't need just one good pass rusher. They don't need just one great defensive lineman. Like, look at some of the top defensive lines in the league. They have multiple guys getting after the quarterback and the opposing running back from various different positions and various different angles. So I want to add some talent around Chase Young to potentially open him up and give him a further ability to impact this roster. And Chase Young, after the Week 15 win, he was asked, hey, like, what's going on with this team? Why are they just popping off so well? Why are they doing so much? This is what he had to say. We fight. We fight. I give my hats off to our leader, Coach Brandon Staley, a hell of a leader. He is always challenging us. He's always talking about controlling what we control. Great leader in Demario Davis. He keeps us on it, always challenging us every day. And, you know, we got a really good group. We really feed off each other. We're a family. That's all you can ask for. The defense is finding their mojo. The New Orleans Saints are finding their identity. We spent a lot of time talking about the offense, but with the defense, this team over the last handful of weeks has been much, much better than how they started the season off. And I know that there isn't perfect play from the Saints defense, but they're doing enough to get scrappy wins. And when you're a rebuilding team, those scrappy wins, those build culture. And when you have that developed culture and that better roster, those scrappy wins turn into real wins. And then they turn into dominant victories. And then you're able to swing up and take down teams that are better than you. The New Orleans Saints are not in that position to do that necessarily. They're getting there. But you remember what happened in the first couple weeks of the season? We got absolutely dismantled by the Seahawks. That game was over within the first 5 minutes of the game. But since then, we've seen the defense be able to really take some positive steps forward. We've seen Brandon Staley be very creative and draw up pressures and blitzes and certain coverages and certain schemes in really, really good decision or in really good timing. So I got to say, when it comes to the Saints defense, I think that they're playing a lot better than what a lot of us are really, really looking at. And did you know the last time the New Orleans Saints had a player record 10 or more sacks in a single season was in 2021? Cam Jordan, 12 and a half sacks. That was a long time ago. 2021 was my first year working here at Chat Sports. So since I've started covering this team, I have not gotten to say insert name with the sack more than 10 times this season. That's crazy. And Chase Young, for what it's worth, he has the ability to do that. You got 3 games left. You need 4 sacks. You're at 6 right now. One good game, and you could get 10 sacks in one season from Chase Young when he already missed a handful of games at the beginning of the year. Pretty cool information, if you ask me. Now, if you want Chase Young to finish with 10 sacks this season, get in the comment section, type 99. Let's rally around him. Let's show him some love and prove that the Who Dat Nation believes in this player and that he is a big reason for this team's success. Wanted to give him his flowers because I feel like there hasn't been enough credit being given to Chase Young. Now, coming up, as I said earlier, it's time to get into the mailbag. If you were not able to tune into this segment live on Saints Now Monday at 4 p.m. Central Time, that's A-okay. I would highly encourage you to find a way to make it. But if you can't make it because you're working or you got school or whatever, just send me a DM, hit me up on social media, and let's have a conversation. Before we get into the mailbag portion of this video, I want to thank today's presenting sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. It's the holiday season, which means it's the best time of the year for sports. You got bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes. It's all happening at once, and while we're making decisions on what gifts to buy, what to eat, which games to tune into, there's one place where it feels good to be right, and that's Prize Picks. My favorite thing about Prize Picks is picking multiple sports in the same lineup. And with basketball back, I can now put Tyler Shough and Derek Queen in the same lineup and root for both of those guys to pop off. And if you download the Prize Picks app today, use code CLNS, you'll get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. And if you need an example of how does Prize Picks work, here you go. Arnold Barnes, Caden Lee, we've been showing this one a bunch because I know a lot of you Tulane fans really want to see them make a run in the college football playoff. So let's see if Arnold Barnes can get one. Let's see if Caden Lee can find the end zone, and we'll see which one of these two teams is successful and gets the win in the playoff. If you want to fade the picks, if you want to tail the picks, don't care what you do, just do it with Prize Picks. And they have a new feature. Prize Picks now has early payouts. So if your lineup gets off to a hot start, you may now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game finishes. Download Prize Picks today. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Shout out to Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Click the link in the comments and description of this video to get started today. Jaden, first question in our mailbag. Do you think the Saints rebuild is going like the Lions rebuild so far? Yes or no? And then F the Falcons and F Falcons fans. Okay, I'm going to start first. And then we might bring Lopez in here. I was on record multiple times saying this New Orleans Saints team in 2025 is very reminiscent of the Detroit Lions in 2021, the first year of both squads' respective rebuilds. I would argue the Saints might be a little bit further ahead. They might have some of the pieces a little bit more there. And why do I say that? Well, they have more wins. So, yeah, I think it is very reminiscent of that. I think that is going similar to the Lions rebuild. You're building the culture. You're establishing your identity. You're still got to figure out the roster. You got some young guys that you really feel like you can invest and build around. So, for me, I think that this is very similar to the Lions rebuild. What do you think, Lopez?
I think what you really need to watch out for, we're on that right path right now of that Lions rebuild, but how did their rebuild really take off?
Yeah.
It was the last couple weeks in the season when they were playing that spoiler role. They weren't playing for anything except pride.
They knocked the Packers out of the playoffs.
Exactly. The Saints are going down that same path right now. If we can finish strong beginning or at the end of this year, I think our beginning of next year is going to look a lot more exciting.
Yeah, no doubt. And you finish the game against the Jets at home, Titans on the road, Falcons on the road. So those are three very winnable games. You do that, you finish the season with 7 wins, and all of a sudden the narrative around this team is not, oh my God, they're terrible. It's, wait, they were actually like pretty okay with a bad roster. Right. God forbid they get a better roster and we see what happens. Like,
yeah, if the Saints somehow finish this season with 7 wins, they are going to get that sneaky hype that the Lions got before they made their playoff run a couple years ago.
You'll see a couple
it's
random.
It's going to be very similar.
You'll see a couple random. You know, this may sound crazy, but I'm going to take the Saints to win the division. You're going to get some of those. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm not one for hot takes, but I like to think that the Saints could. You're going to see a lot of those. I'm not confident in it, but, you know, why not? Maybe. Like, you'll see some of those. Mm-hmm. And you didn't see that this year. You're going to get it next year. Chriselle. Hot take. Start Torricelli Simpkins as a guard. So last time Torricelli Simpkins was on the field, he had a 0.0 pass blocking grade. And I know PFF is not the gospel, but I think that this is better off as just a hot take. I know that everyone in the world and their mother is trying to find every way to get Cesar Ruiz off the field. Again, Pro Football Focus is not the way to judge every single player, but it is a good benchmark for offensive linemen. Last time Torricelli Simpkins was on the field was against the Giants. 67.3 run blocking grade, 41.7 overall grade, and a 0.0 pass blocking grade. I honestly don't even know how that's even possible. I genuinely don't even know how that's possible. Again, Pro Football Focus is not the gospel. And no disrespect to Torricelli Simpkins. I know I'm probably going to upset somebody by saying this. He's a UDFA. He should not be trying to take – the Saints should not be operating in the mindset of, yeah, let's get the rookie UDFA on the field instead of the guy that we're paying a bunch of money. Like, it's not how that works. And I'm sorry to tell you this, Torricelli Simpkins needs a lot of work before he becomes a starter. Cesar Ruiz sucks, but it's not like still Torricelli Simpkins is a major upgrade. I guess you can justify it in your brain being like, oh, well, I mean, it's just a rookie UDFA. Of course he's going to be bad. It's like, then why put him on the field if of course he's going to be bad? Like, yeah, Chriselle, no disrespect. I just think that, I think two things can be true. One, Cesar Ruiz needs to get his ass off the field. Two, Torricelli Simpkins need to keep his ass off the field. I think that's fair to say. And it's no disrespect to either player, just for the analogy and for the simplicity of it. Two things can be true. Cesar Ruiz should not play anymore. They don't need to turn to Torricelli Simpkins. You also only have a few weeks left. What is it really going to do? Danilo Chop Podcast. I feel like the Saints need a wide receiver, a speedster to replace Rashid Shaheed. So I do think you have a little bit of that in Mason Tipton. But I do agree with you. You got to go and get your burner. You got to go get somebody there. But, like, what's stopping Chris Olave from stepping up and being the speedster? Like, I think that that's a really underutilized part of Chris Olave's game is the deep threat ability and the field stretching ability. Now, if you're talking about somebody who also contributes as a returner, I 100% agree you should not put Chris Olave in that role. Like a Casey Concepcion out of Alabama, A&M, that's a fun one. Like, that could be an interesting target. Has the return ability, has the receiving upside. Like, I even took him in a mock draft I don't remember which one. We've done like 8 of them at this point. One of the mock drafts we've done, I took Casey Concepcion, and my take was literally like, well, you don't have Rashid Shaheed, so if you need Rashid Shaheed, there you go. It was Casey Concepcion. Moni, doesn't matter, 101. First off, happy birthday, brother, thank you. But in the draft, do you think the Saints should go receiver? If so, how do you feel about Nick Harbor? Okay. If the question is, should they go receiver in round 1? The answer to me is yes. I think in round 1, just get me the best football player that's going to make the biggest impact most immediately. That can be offensive lineman. I would prefer not that, but it can be. It could be a defensive weapon like a Carnell Tate or like a Caleb Downs or Reuben Bain or something like that. Offensively, I would love Carnell Tate. I think that's my number 1 wide receiver prospect, like my number 1 guy that I want for the Saints specifically. Nick Harbor. Lopez, I know you have opinions on Nick Harbor. I think with him, and I feel like you have said this before, so you probably agree. I feel like with Nick Harbor, teams are going to fall in love with him in the pre-draft process. He has the size. He has insane athleticism. His speed is off the charts. He's going to draw those DK Metcalf comps. But why has he not been better? Why are we not getting more out of him? And I know South Carolina isn't the mecca of college football, but, like, come on. Like, why is he not? Like, why are we not talking? I don't know. Like, it just feels weird around Nick Harbor.
Nick Harbor, if I had to put him in NFL terms, he is the Dallas Cowboys of wide receiver. You see their roster on paper, and you're like, these guys are supposed to be good. They have a top 10 quarterback, I think it's easy to say, great receiving room. Defense has some big names on it, should be better.
Yep.
And mildly disappointing. Nick Harbor has the speed. He has the size. He has everything that you would want in an NFL receiver. Who can work with him, though? How can we get what's on paper onto the field and be an elite talent? Why can't you do it?
Yeah, like, I don't have the answer there. Moni, I do like Nick Harbor. I think he's somebody, it's interesting in, like, the mock draft simulators that we run. He always is, like, falling, like, 5th, 6th round. I think he's going to go round, like, I think late day 2, early day 3 is totally fair to say. I'm not sprinting in round 1 to draft Nick Harbor. I'm sprinting to draft Carnell Tate, but I would double dip on Nick Harbor later in the draft if you have the opportunity to add some more receiving upside. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, like, shoot, man, no disrespect to the guys on the roster. I think that we should not be striving to get the best out of our UDFAs and our practice squad guys. Let's get some fucking winners on this roster and go get some guys who can go and give me some good production. All right, it is now December of 2025, and the Michael Thomas conversation is back. One of our subscribers asking, should the Saints bring back Michael Thomas? Well, I have a piece of information for you that might help you make your own decision. It has been 764 days since Michael Thomas last took a snap playing football in the National Football League. That was November 12th, 2013. Since then, we've had a new president. We've had 2 head coaches. We've had multiple quarterbacks. We've had a lot of change. We've seen dynasties in the league rise and fall. The answer is no. This Michael Thomas conversation just needs to be done. The Michael Thomas conversation is beyond over. The bridges have been burned. He is not coming back to the league. And I'm not saying that it wouldn't be super fun, because I think it would be something really, really electric and really crazy. But close the yearbook. Michael Thomas is not a New Orleans Saint anymore. He is going to not play another snap in professional football probably ever again. And if he does, this video is definitely going to resurface. But I personally just don't see a world where it makes any sense to bring Michael Thomas back to the New Orleans Saints. Spencer, with so many holes in the roster, should we consider trading back? I think the answer is yes. Right now, New Orleans holds the 7th overall pick. And if you're telling me, let's just, I'm just going to pick a couple of names. Just, no rhyme or reason. Just hear me out here. The New Orleans Saints consider trading back. You have the 7th overall pick. Let's say we are still at the 7th pick. We get a call from someone in like the mid to late teens. Hey, we want to trade up. We'll give you some nice capital. I mean, then you get the ability to justify Jeremiah Love. You get the ability to go get like a Mansour Lane. You get the ability to get any of these other wide receivers that may be available later in the first round, but you don't necessarily want to take them with a top 5 pick. It opens up the ability to move around, get draft capital for this year and for next year. I think with this team, they do have a lot of holes on the roster, and I do think that a trade back should be considered, but I'm not going to say it's needed because I think that you can address a lot of needs in free agency ahead of the draft, thus using your picks on guys that you can just bring in and add talent and put them on the roster and start developing them and fast track their growth as professional athletes. Now, guys, I had a lot of fun in this mailbag. We talked about Chase Young. I think he deserves a lot more love. And quite frankly, I think this conversation around Michael Thomas needs to be more than over. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. If you haven't already and you want to get more content in between these YouTube videos, hit me up on social media at Trizzy Trace not at Trizzy Trace. Just search up Trizzy Trace on any of your favorite social media platforms. My name is Trace Girouard. You're watching Saints Now for my guy Loco Lopez. Y'all stay golden, and we'll see you next time. Boom. Anthony Palmer. Nice. Yeah, no worries. We'll pop that super chat up here in just a second. Just a second. It's all good. We're going to get Anthony Palmer's super chat up, and then we'll probably sign off. I do need to say we're probably not going to hang out much longer. I got a birthday dinner I got to go to, and I love you guys, but I got to get after it and celebrate my B-Day. Call me old-fashioned. Call me a young loser, whatever. I worked all day yesterday and all day today. I would like to take at least a few hours of my birthday to celebrate me and my friends and my family and, yeah, be a selfish asshole on the one day a year I get to be. Yeah, I'll do it. Chris Bell tore his ACL, but we could draft him. Yeah, see, here's my thing. I'm all in on this. Like, let's say we get to round 3 and Chris Bell is still there. I don't give a fuck. I am still drafting him. Like, this was Tyler Shough's go-to guy at Louisville. This would make nothing but sense. I'm all in on this.
I also feel like ACLs haven't been as detrimental to careers as they once was. Like, the
I
stigma's
totally
not
agree.
as there anymore. Like, you know, you got some guys.
ACLs used to be like a career-ending,
like,
season-ending. Like, you're not seeing this guy for a couple of years, if you ever see him again.
Yeah, he'll never be the same again.
We're
Medicine
seeing
is
guys
better,
come back from ACL tears better.
Yeah, medicine's better now, guys. Surgery's better. They found better ways. Like, it's going to suck if you draft him, you won't see him for 9 months. But
But
That's
hey,
really the only
again,
downside.
you're playing the long game, not the short game. You're trying to win multiple Super Bowls over the next 10 years, not one playoff game next year.
Yeah.
That's not the goal. The goal is not win one playoff game. It's win 10 Super Bowls down the road.
Yep, and Sean Crow just said it was a clean tear according to Louisville. I don't know how much of a difference that makes. I don't know if that means it's better or not.
Yeah, I'm not one to speak on medicine and injuries and severity of that kind of stuff. I do know when it's a clean tear, I believe if I have this correct, it's easier to rehab because they have to reconstruct the whole thing, not like a certain part of it. So like, I think when it has a full tear, it's harder to re-tear it again because like it like comes back together stronger, if you will. I think like if you partially tear it, you're more susceptible to tear it again. I could be wrong.
Like a little bit weaker. I don't know.
I'm not a doctor. I could be wrong. So don't quote me on that, but
doctors out there.
100% down to draft Chris Bell. I don't care about the ACL injury. Take him in round 3 or round 4. Steal, without a question. Michelle goes live. Happy birthday. Thank you so much, Michelle. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate the support and the love you always give us.
Hey, $10 and just Trizzy down that half and half that's sitting there.
If we get a $20 super chat in the next 2 minutes, you guys get 120 seconds for $20 super chat. If we do, I will shotgun a Happy Dad, and then we'll sign off. If not, we just sign off. How's that sound?
It's a half and half Happy Dad.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Minute 20, 2 minutes to try to get it in. 120 seconds.
Happy Dad, sponsor us.
Fun fact, a minute 20 is not 120 seconds. Way to go, Trizzy. Stupid
That's
idiot.
true.
God, imagine going to Arkansas. How dumb would you have to be to go there? Fucking pig school. So dumb. Yeah, Johnny M, could you imagine how dumb we
There you
are?
go.
There it is. All right, you have keys?
I literally just put them in my bag before I came to the studio.
That's
I'm tired of
awesome.
carrying them in my pocket. I can
That's-
go grab them real fast. Michelle, you're still not out drinking me, queen. But love you, and thanks for the support.
Damn it, open up. Open sesame. No, I kind of want to save that for game day. Like, I'm going to be honest. Well, I like that one. You know, I'm the birthday boy. Let me fucking do what I want, Lopez. Jesus. Lopez over here trying to mess up my groove. Y'all ever watch Emperor's New Groove? That's what Lopez is doing. He's like Egna, and I'm what's the Emperor's name? Kuzco. I'm Kuzco, and he's Edna or whatever her name is. He's not Kronk either. Actually, no. Lopez is 100% Kronk. He doesn't know what he's doing is evil. Michelle, I need a shipping address. Loco, you're a lightweight. We will send you a shipping address here over DMs. Yeah, dude. Kind of a sick can. Kind of a sick can. Kind of fresh. All right. Birthday shotgun. Thanks to Michelle. Sorry, just trying to make sure I got the. I just don't want it to spill everywhere. Oh. Only 1 or 2 drops.
The cleanup crew would appreciate if you don't make a mess.
Are
By
you
cleanup crew, I mean me.
Are you cleanup crew today?
Like, I'm the cleanup crew of the studio.
Oh. I thought you were like closing duties today. I was
So,
like,
like, it'd be nice.
Okay.
Ethan?
I'm trying to not make giggity. I'm not trying to make this the biggest hole I've ever used. Giggity. I'm trying not to make this the biggest hole I put on my mouth. But we are gonna chug this one down. Is this one clear? Is it like colored? I can't tell. All right. Michelle, cheers to you. Thank you so much.
Happy birthday. Yeah, Ethan, I'm sorry. I'm not going to make him laugh because, again, if Happy Dad goes everywhere, one of us gets to clean it up, and he has to go somewhere, so the one of us would probably be me.
Yeah. Put on
Good
a,
chug.
call it a Happy Trace.
That's a good one.
I mean, that's a good name for it. All right. Monday. We just took down the Happy Dad cheers. I'll tell you what. Since we did one, 60 seconds. You guys get 60 seconds. Another 20, and we do it. After that, I truly am signing off. So. After that, I'm truly signing off. Unless we get another one, then maybe I reconsider. $20 in the next 60 seconds. I'll do another Happy Dad chug, and then we'll sign off. You guys got 45 seconds. If you want to, no harm, no foul. If you don't, I get it. We'll sign off and get out of here. Fun live show, Lopez. A lot of fun here on the live show. I spilled a little bit on myself.
Sam Brown.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Who did that? Like recently? Or is it somebody who... Green? 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 Wow. Shh. We didn't do that. Great success.
Someone spilled on a mixer?
Allegedly. All right.
Damn.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're signing off. I am going to get dinner with my girlfriend, and we're going to hang out, watch some football, and I'm going to be in bed probably by 9:30 because I am now officially old. I am now officially unk. And Michelle, thank you. I'll DM you. It might be tomorrow. I hope you understand. I love you all individually and as a group and as a family. The Who Dat Nation is awesome, but the Golden Gang is where it's at. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. You've been watching Saints Now by Chat Sports for my guy Loco Lopez. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate y'all for making my birthday a little bit more special, and y'all stay golden. We'll see you next time.